Hello and welcome my friends, hope you had a great day, hope you enjoyed yesterday's video and obviously also yesterday's day of Swiss. We had mostly great games that obviously changes, or already changed today. Lots of bad games, you probably know what I'm talking about, the civil wars. I mean, we are just witnessing one already here on our screen. And yeah, so far in the at least in the civil wars, the higher seeded team actually always won, and that in a quite convincing fashion. NRG completely shit-stomped our friends from yesterday. Team Liquid, Alpha will be flipping burgers next week, you can trust me on that one. Pyoshik actually was the best performing player in any team ever. We are truly living in a timeline of all timelines. And I'll shut up soon. And yeah, I guess we could talk about Big Ben, but no one actually cares about that. So let's get right into the game. Home field advantage once more. I guess always advantage for T1 in the crowd. But let's get into this game. And I know I said we won't talk about Big Ben too much, but we have some interesting picks. Man, I'm not going to miss out on that. We have an Ignite top lane. Ignite top lane Rumble. Like, bro, he's putting the heat onto Zeus. And to be honest, Rumble against Aatrox, not sure if something has majorly changed there, but that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Zeus actually picked the Aatrox himself into this. And Aatrox in general, I don't know, but Peanut also, and Chovy as well, they say, oh, we are going to farm you. Like GenG, they are pretty confident with this one here, with their pick ban. I mean, sure, they've got a crazy bot lane, right? Especially for Delight. I mean, you know, right, my viewers, like these 5 guys here that are watching, like, bros, you watch LCK, you know it's Delight's Rakan. That's pretty good. So that's that. Actually, we have to see if Carrier picked the T1 Alistair skin, or rather the SKT T1 Alistair skin. Would be pretty fun, but yeah. Owner and Peanut going to meet, and as long as Owner stands next to the Scuttle Crab, there's no isolation, so there's no chance. Clean Smite as well. Faker now is the main target, he should know that. The light has been missing for a while now. And yeah, with that second wind and I guess potions as well as Doran's shield carrying our friend here. Let's see, do we win this fight? Ignite onto the light, and with Gumayushi first on the rotation. First blood for T1! Let's go. Bot lane state also should be fine. Guma still has everything up. Summoner spell check, 2 for 1. Also a nice dub. Owner, at least he's hovering around mid lane from time to time, so that's valuable. Again, Faker needs to put his foot down, and so far he has a 15 CS lead plus the kill. I mean, the kill is obviously pretty nice. Ooh, solo bolo! Ult's traded in mid lane, and Faker didn't flash, so I mean, he doesn't have any flash, so overall very positive for Faker. Chovy's first ult doesn't get him anything, and yeah, Chovy has the advantage of his ult having a slightly lower cooldown, I believe. But so far so good, early game win in our favor. But next objective, it seems T1, they can't contest, right? They are just a second too late, and yeah, it's rough. GenG gets all the objective, all the neutral ones so far. Plate check, by the way. Yep, just the 2 plates for Faker in the mid lane. Anyway, let's watch this. Should not be able to give this up, but T1, I mean, it looks like they're just very slow to the contest. Obviously, 12 minutes is not going to be a burst. They're TPing top. T1 is giving up all the Drakes. I mean, these are 2 good early Drakes, and yeah, very nice. So we are lucky. You can't say it's calculated luck. Haters gonna hate. I mean, I would be talking shit if this was a reverse setup. No, Guma, no! Let's hope at least we get something here. No. Ay. Pace is getting paid, man. And like, as much as we all trust in Faker, obviously, again, mid lane mages or AD carries, it's a pretty easy question to answer which role is certainly more powerful in the game. The thing is, like, T1 doesn't really have the best tools to like CC chain him to death, right? If he's like incompetent and gets like Alistair hit or hit by owner's EQ or hit by random Qs by Zeus, sure, but that's not realistic at all. That's like if Chovy plays like a bot or like if T1 is like really lucky. Pace? Pace is just sending it, man! Did he watch too many APA VODs? VOD? And when I mean APA, the TL mid laner, not Abdo or Dopa. Let's see, Peanut here looking for a play. T1 obviously extended quite a few resources. They don't have perfect information about the area. They should know that Peanut is around. They are all... Oh my god, owner! No, actually there's a ward. But should that ward see that with the terrain? I don't think Peanut was spotted by that. Okay, got Zeus ult. That's fine. Peanut's ult also was expended. So yeah, great success for the T1 lineup here. Faker so far commanding his friends to a good result. But let's calm ourselves. We're still talking about the GenGs, the generation gamers. Faker says, I'm going to shit all over you. And there's Chovy. Faker dodges the shuriken flip, has a nice E, still dies, and that's a massive shutdown given over to the next generation mid laner. It's a rough one, it's a rough one. They get the turret as well. Maybe Faker overcooked. But it's not about the money, it's about the message, my friends. You have to understand. It's not first blood turret or anything, right? T1 already secured that one. Faker will respawn. Oh, carrier. Again, it's about the message. It's not about getting the kill or not. It's about the message. T1 here disrupts the Drake stacking, which the good thing is, remember, my friends, like you'd argue, okay, I mean, now they do it because they don't have anything else to do, and that's a good argument. Also, giving the opposing team a free soul, even if it's not the best one. Yes. But all of that is not even important. The most important thing is, let's not spawn Elder and let's get into this stupid territory. But now let's see, like Doran is continuing his march through the top lane, and again that's on top as a side lane inner turret. They are loaded with gold. All the gold in the world is there. Faker here. Sadly Peanut gets protected. If he got the turret aggro, man, that would be Jover. I mean, the only team that can really burst Baron is obviously GenG, loaded with damage. They have DPS tools. The isolation stuff and all of that is pretty wild. Fear Faker being attacked. Chovy here, I mean, it's really hard for him to fuck that one up. Yeah. Yeah. There's not really much to do for Faker if he's in that position. Yeah, I guess you could say he overstepped. That is a fair sentiment. Because Doran doesn't have TP, in theory, Chovy going top of Faker's dead again, no? Yeah. He flashes. I don't know. That flash is pretty... Oh my god. Flash expended for Gumayushi for that play there as well. This is rough. But my point was, if Chovy is attacking Faker, then there's no one who can TP a bot lane. And that would mean Faker dies and Zeus gets a bot lane inner turret. That is gold worth for T1. So, yeah. But yeah, now look at this, man. Both T1 carries, no flash. I mean, Peanut no flash either, but who cares, man? Peanut has his ult and his E. He's pretty mobile himself, so this is a rough one. GenG here also have the tempo advantage. They should be able to burst the objective. Well, maybe. It's pretty early on. The lights getting lower and lower. Again, their engage is massive and... The light, I mean, at least the light dies. Faker also left alone and yeah. Suddenly, like this, the game is over. That's Baron into Soul Point and yeah. But yeah, GenG, at least luckily for us, their siege comp or their siege abilities aren't too impressive. Wait, how did... Weird. Yeah, they should be able to lose the bot lane turret, trade it for the top lane. It's not worthwhile in gold. Oh, actually, Faker TPs. I mean, again, the side lane turrets, if we lose those, that's a good amount of gold given over. Yeah, okay. I mean, we lose 2 turrets in a Baron play. It is a 3,000 gold swing, plus the kills, right? So in the end, it ends up with a... They're now 4k ahead, so that's a 5k gold swing in one thing. And again, hopefully, I mean, we're not going to learn anything from this. Like, again, carries will never learn and will use their flashes all the time. I don't know, man. People still need to learn the fact that if you flash, like, your flash is more than just a summoner spell. Like, so yeah, now that's 3 inners. And with the way gold is loaded, that's absolutely everything. And suddenly, again, 5k gold lead now. With the gold deficit, this is like roughly a 6-7k gold swing. Yeah, that's one team fight for you. One team fight into Drake, into Baron, into, well, just stand there and let the turrets die to good macro. Good macro is something we should assume from all the top level teams, but obviously that's GenG's forte. That's nothing new. I mean, unplayable is a bit of a hard word. That's just the fact that GenG's comp from an even or behind footing doesn't play the game. Especially like they have no mid jungle. Now we gave them a gold lead and a vision lead, which means that they can generate their picks, which, I mean, that is a bit annoying. It will also potentially get sold here, it's very likely. And now Owner's getting engaged, he's immediately blown up. Yeah. Yeah, great. So that's how this one goes. This is how the cookie crumbles. I fucking hate my life, man. What a terrible game, man. What the fuck? Losing one team fight, instant lose the game. Let's watch this last team fight here once more. So again, all this gold lead comes from one team fight, and then obviously, like, again, yeah, you need to play out the Baron correctly, but playing the Baron out correctly just means like allocate lane pushes and so on. So here we see so Zeus again, champion wise. Let's not talk about how Aatrox is a not only a terrible champion, I'd say in general, but especially against these, the bot lane insta-fucks you. You have no threat on this, no threat on this, and you lose against this as well. So yeah, Aatrox, let's not talk about this dog of a champion, but let's at least assume that he is exerting pressure with his large cannon minion here. And like here, Carrier is all the way here. Like Carrier, Guma, Faker, they're all clicking away. They're like, yeah, it's Cloud Soul, fuck it. Zeus is ready to dash over. Owner is already over here. Maybe they argue, okay, Owner was sent on a one-way mission. But now it's like, oh no, actually, let's fight. They're all grouped up. Oh, we are also all grouped up. And obviously it's tough, right? You only have one flash. And you want to flash the light, you want to flash like Chovy ult or something like that. But if you're not flashing the Rumble ult here, look at this. Rumble ult plus flash, what is that, Q? Guma is already dead. Like, at this point, you don't even need to flash anything else because like an auto attack of anything will kill you. Faker stopwatches not only the ult but also the lights engage. But at this point the game is already over. Zeus is buying 2 seconds of time. Again, we see like he gets to do whatever he wants with Pace, but Pace still has ult and flash, right? Because he knows he will never die to this, right? It's just like how would Zeus kill him? There's like not enough damage on that champion, at least not with the setup. And then he knows the fight is already won, right? Guma is low, also 2 levels behind. I mean, Guma really like fucked up this game. Him not having like him blowing his flash randomly. Like earlier on led to them losing the earlier team fight, and like here now then he dashes in, doesn't land his W, goes in, immediately stopwatches. It's like, bro, what the fuck? Then like Faker like puts his ball onto Gumayushi, hoping that they would stand on top of him, but I mean it's doesn't matter if he hits this ult at this point. I mean, if he insta-kills like 3, no, it wouldn't matter. Like, they would still lose the game, right? It's just despair. It's just despair. Zeus, dogshit champion, and I mean, we can't even say Zeus played bad or good. We don't even know because he didn't play the game at all. He had no agency in laning phase. Then he just stood around, like, moved around the map, caught waves, and that's it. Like 0-2-0, like he didn't participate in anything at all. I mean, T1 only has 5 kills. But yeah, Zeus didn't play the game at all. I thought Ona was like fine. He was doing his job for the most part. And it's not his fault that they lost the game. Faker was like doing everything he could. Yes, he has 3 deaths. And yeah, like you could argue that 2 of them might be unnecessary. I think you can argue for or against that. Definitely not the reason they lost the game. His one flash was also a bit sus, maybe a bit too trigger happy, but that wasn't the biggest issue. I think like Guma obviously, scoreline is one thing. It's easy to look at the score and say, oh, 0-3, yeah, he inted. That isn't a good look, but yeah, it wasn't his day. Carrier was alright. Yeah, not much bad, not much too great to say. Yeah. Yeah, very sad. T1 moves to 1-1, GenG moves to 2-0. At least that's something. LCK gets a win today. GenG, they looked like always, like to be honest. They always look like, oh yeah, we're just not as good as T1. But then, oh wait, actually, we don't have as much variance, right? Our highs are not as good as T1's highs, but we are not swinging around. We are not doing crazy stuff all the time. And well, consistency is king. And in a game that's 30 minutes, if you're fine for 30 minutes and the other team has like 1 moment where they fuck up, maybe 2, then you can punish that. That's just how the game works. And yeah, well done by them. Again, I would never advise for this Kazakh's absolute dogshit champion, Orianna. I think honestly it's an interesting take. Obviously, only if you have the Xayah yourself. Against the Kai'Sa, against the Ezreal, I think that's okay. Overall, against the control mages that we currently see in mid lane, I think that's an alright choice if you are confident in your ability to play, because you are going to be set far behind, especially with the recent changes to mid lane and everything in the game. Obviously, I really like the Rumble pick, especially against these cringe champions that we see in the top lane. Like, what the hell? Like, he's absolutely destroying most of them if piloted correctly. Anyway, I shut my mouth. Obviously, a very sad day. It has been raining. I guess that's already God crying for T1. But it's not over. It's not over. 1-1. Let's see what we can do in the next round. Till then, my friends, hope you have a great day, even with T1's tragic defeat. Till then, my friends, bye bye.